Trump orders Fed shake up. Markets crash immediately. What really happens next? Breaking from Washington. President Donald Trump has ordered a shake-up at the Federal Reserve, firing one of its governors in an unprecedented move. Within hours, markets tumbled. The Dow fell, global investors panicked, and the question everyone's asking is this: is Trump protecting American workers, or throwing the global economy into chaos? What just happened? Today, Trump announced the removal of Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, replacing her with a hand-picked ally critical of the Fed's traditional independence. The move stunned Wall Street because the Federal Reserve is supposed to be insulated from politics. Governors usually serve fixed terms, immune to presidential pressure. Yet Trump, never shy about breaking norms, called the Fed too slow, too cautious, and out of touch with Main Street America. And almost instantly, the markets reacted. The Dow Jones plunged over 600 points by midday. Bond yields spiked as investors demanded higher returns to cover new risks. The US dollar wobbled on currency markets, with traders fearing instability at the heart of global finance. But wait, does any of this matters? At its core, the Federal Reserve is the most powerful economic institution in the world. It controls interest rates, stabilizes inflation, and acts as the lender of last resort in crises. Undermining that independence has global consequences. Investors rely on the Fed to act rationally and predictably. Political interference injects fear, and markets hate uncertainty. Beyond Wall Street, this could affect you directly. Higher borrowing costs, mortgage rates creeping up, and retirement savings shaken by volatility. But why now, really? So why did Trump act now? 3 reasons stand out. 1. Economic pressure at home. Growth numbers have softened. Trump has staked his presidency on delivering prosperity. He wants a Fed that cuts rates aggressively, even at the risk of inflation. 2. Political optics. With elections looming, Trump needs to show his base that he's fighting elites. Taking on the Fed plays perfectly to his populist narrative of Washington versus the people. 3. Geopolitical chessboard. Trump knows that controlling monetary policy gives the US leverage against China, Russia, and even allies in Europe. By bending the Fed to his will, he can use interest rates as a tool of foreign policy. Let us explore now. Chat could happen next. But here's the danger. Markets may not settle down. In fact, they may spiral. If investors lose faith in US institutions, capital could flee to safer havens, gold, Swiss francs, even cryptocurrencies. Foreign governments could dump US bonds, raising America's cost of borrowing. And if the Fed bows to political pressure, inflation could surge, eroding wages and savings alike. Some economists warn this could be the biggest challenge to Fed independence since the 1970s, when political meddling led to runaway inflation. Others argue Trump's move could unleash growth if rates fall quickly, but at what long-term price? What should we watch out for? Keep your eyes on 4 flashpoints. 1. The markets. If volatility spreads, watch global indices, not just Wall Street. 2. The Fed response. Will Chair Jerome Powell push back or cave to pressure? 3. The Congress. Will lawmakers, even Republicans, try to defend Fed independence? 4. The global ripple effects. How do Europe, Asia, and emerging markets react to a politicized Fed? Is this just some sort of gamemanship? What is the verdict? Trump's gamble could change not just American politics, but the rules of the global economy. Is this bold leadership, or reckless interference? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear. The markets are already voting with their feet, and confidence is on the line. What do you think? Should the Fed remain independent, or should a president have the power to bend it to his will? Comment below. Yes for independence, no for control. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because here at Northstar, we bring you the bigger picture the mainstream won't.